This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 597. When Your Spouse Isn't Simple and Love More Deeply, Mini Mission by Courtney Carver of BeMoreWithLess.com. Hey OLD friend, I'm Joss Marie and I'm here every weekday to narrate some of the best relationship blogs to you, including Christmas Eve, which is today. So, Merry Christmas Eve. But before we get to it, I just want to give a big thank you to Atlantis. Looking to have a Bahamas destination wedding? Atlantis has 7 different packages to choose from, starting with just the basics to full production of a wedding. There's something to do on property for the whole family, including a casino, Mandora spa, 18-hole golf course, marine life experiences, fitness center, 21 restaurants, and a lot more. Check out AtlantisBahamas.com to learn more, and make sure to mention Optimal Relationships Daily to receive the best room rates and up to 10% off your wedding package. That's AtlantisBahamas.com and mention Optimal Relationships Daily. Now today, I'll be covering 2 parenting posts from Courtney Carver, where she shares tips on simple ways to build deeper connections. So with that, let's hear her reflections and get right to optimizing your life. When Your Spouse Isn't Simple by Courtney Carver of BeMoreWithLess.com. People ask me many different questions about simplicity and living with less. But one I receive over and over again is, how can I simplify my life if my husband or wife isn't interested? I think it's one of the biggest issues people face when they decide to simplify their lives. I was really fortunate that my husband was on board from the beginning, although I am more consumed with decluttering than he is. The following answers could apply to a boyfriend or girlfriend, or anyone that is an integral part of your life. In the spirit of simplicity, I'll refer to the husband, or him. But know you can apply that to your wife or anyone else too. If you've had a conversation with your husband about simplifying your life and he is not on board, my suggestion is to start with you. Before you start looking at decluttering the kitchen or garage, start in your closet or nightstand. As you start the process, you will build momentum and be excited to have more less. This is a good time to talk to your spouse again. How to talk to your spouse about simplifying. Number 1, focus on the benefits. While cleaning out the garage might not sound like a fun way to spend the weekend, when you focus on the why instead of the how or when, your husband might come around. Remind your partner that when you don't have to focus on debt and stuff, you can focus more on each other. Number 2, daydream together. When you started simplifying your life, you probably thought about how much easier life would be for you. Now it's time to start thinking about how simplifying will help the two of you. How will spending less, working less, hoarding less help you as a couple and as a family? What do you want to do with your lives? What would you do differently if you were debt-free? Now is your chance to dream together. Number 3, make your clutter work for you. If debt is a part of your relationship, it's time to kick it to the curb. Make your clutter work for you and have a yard sale. Or let Adam Baker teach you how to sell your crap. Number 4, hide stuff. This is not for everyone, but if you think this will work for you, give it a try. Number 5, put it in reverse. Remind your husband that some decisions are reversible and that if it doesn't work out, you are willing to go back to the way things were. This takes the pressure off some of your simplifying tasks. Number 6, relationship first. Notice if your efforts are helping or hurting your relationship. If your actions are causing harm, step back and rethink your approach. Remind your spouse that he comes first. If your husband isn't receptive, focus on him in your marriage and leave the decluttering for another day. And number 7, respect the vote. If you want to clean out your closet, go for it. If you want to cancel the cable or sell the house, it's time for a vote. Any big decisions need 2 votes to pass. If these ideas fail at first, do not resort to begging and pleading, and definitely no nagging. Simply lead by example. Continue to declutter your personal possessions and see if there are things you own together, in the kitchen for example, that he would agree to getting rid of. In terms of his collections, clothing, or other stuff, that's off limits. While you might talk to him about your goals of decluttering and some of the benefits a simpler life may bring, he has to come around on his own. My husband and I talk about things like moving into a smaller home, traveling more, giving more freely, and working less. Because we have eliminated our debt and most of our stuff, we can talk about living life our way. It's important to focus on the benefits and not just the immediate task. When you married your spouse, you married his clutter. You married his past and his future. And together, it is your responsibility and honor to make your right now as good as it can be. That goes for you too, Mr. and Mrs. Reluctant Spouse. If your husband or wife asked you to read this post, take the hint. Maybe there is something to this simplicity stuff after all. And I have another post for you in just a sec, but first, thank you again to Atlantis. Dreaming of a Bahamas destination wedding? With more than 15 unique wedding and reception venues, intimate and grand, it's a breeze to imagine your dream wedding coming to life at Atlantis. Envision just the two of you exchanging vows on a secluded white sand beach, or with dozens of friends and family gazing on as you celebrate your new life together in a lush tropical setting. Whatever your vision, the team at Atlantis Paradise Island will turn your Bahamas wedding dream into a reality. A dedicated weddings and event specialist on property works with couples to customize their special day preferences, whether it is a magical event amidst one of the largest marine habitats in the world, an elegant ballroom reception, or an oceanside soiree under the stars. Check out atlantisbahamas.com to learn more, and make sure to mention Optimal Relationships Daily to receive the best room rates and up to 10% off your wedding package. That's atlantisbahamas.com and mention Optimal Relationships Daily. Love More Deeply Mini Mission by Courtney Carver of BeMoreWithLess.com. This mini mission, like most, is about mindfulness and intention. When I wrote Lessons from Love and Marriage, I realized that the biggest rewards I receive in my relationships are from the smallest loving shifts. In our hurried lives, we often take for granted the people who are closest to us. We sometimes forget about the people in the world who live without love, and we rarely take the time to love ourselves. Instead, we tell ourselves how we could do better, or beat ourselves up for not being the person we want to be. This mini mission does not require you to give any more of yourself than you already do. It just invites you to give in a different way. With awareness and attention, more love is yours for the giving and the receiving. By just shifting our intentions, we can love more deeply. It doesn't take extra effort, just a redirection of energy. Shift your energy from being right to being quiet, from being annoyed to being grateful, from being angry to being joyful, from being rushed to taking time, from eye roll to hug, from scowl to smile. Chances are you are already a loving person, but don't always have the time and attention to speak, act, or be the way you inherently are. You can apply this mini mission in a marriage or any loving relationship. Love God, children, pets, parents, friends, siblings, yourself, a neighbor, or a stranger. Here is your 3-part mini mission. Number 1, speak with love. Number 2, act with love. And number 3, be with love. Keep in mind that you do not have to be in the right mood or even feel loving to practice love. Notice how you feel speaking with love, acting with love, and being with love. Notice how much more love there is in your life when you practice these simple shifts. How will you love more deeply? You just listened to the post titled, When Your Spouse Isn't Simple, and Love More Deeply, Mini Mission, both by Courtney Carver of BeMoreWithLess.com. Thanks so much to Courtney for sharing these tips. They're both so fitting for Christmas time. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Have a wonderful rest of your day, a Merry Christmas Eve, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.